Hey y'all, so I'm gonna try something different. Clearly, I have not been great at keeping up with the videos. Apologies. So I'm gonna try doing like making myself record a little video at the end of every day, just to log it, and then every week or two, take those, throw them into one video, and release that. So right now, I'm in the Walmart parking lot in Fort Stockton, Texas. Any of you who've been through this part of the country know that there is not much out here. But I have to work, and I need cell service. And I tell you what, this Walmart parking lot is not big, and it is half RV. There are there's at least a dozen RVs in here. Apologies if you hear the rain, because it has been raining for days. Days and days and days. We had one 80-degree sunny day in Central Texas. It was spectacular. And then it got cold and wet, and it has remained cold and wet. But today, I did go to the Sonora Caverns, which is I stayed in Sonora proper last night, and then you head a little bit further, and then you hit the caverns. Here's the tip for Sonora Caverns. First of all, it's spectacular. If you are anywhere near it, go. It is spectacular. But they do only 12 people can go on a tour at a time. And they wait till they got, a critical mass before they start. So I got there at 10:30 this morning, and there was already a tour going, and so I had to wait till 12:30. Now luckily, I got a van, and I could just go out my van and work. But then at 12:30 went on the tour. But I tell you what, this place, spectacular. Spectacular. It's still growing. It's still alive. It's just stunning. It's just absolutely stunning. In the middle of nowhere. Anyway, they do have an RV park. Cell service is sketchy. I had to use my little MIMO antenna with my Verizon jetpack in order to get even the minimal amount of cell service. Well, I was able to do a little streaming, but yeah, the work got done, but it was a little sketch. Anyway, so that's what's going on today. I am at a quarter tank of propane according to the gauge. Now, you ask anybody, they will tell you that the gauge lies. And it just hit a quarter not too long ago. So, I've done I've cooked on it since it got to a quarter. So most people will tell you that really means that you've got, I ran into guys that, I ran 2 nights when the tank said, the gauge said empty. This is the gauge inside. There's a gauge under the van that's apparently more accurate, but I ain't climbing under there in the rain. So I have a quarter tank of propane. I'm going to keep it I'm going to keep it at least at 70 in here tonight, because it's cold. And tomorrow I'll go get propane, but I really kind of wanted to push it just to see for sure. So, it's going to get down into the upper 30s tonight. Quarter tank on the gauge, setting it at 70, and, we'll see how she goes. It'll be interesting. Anyway, so that's where we are, and I will another update tomorrow. Hey y'all, welcome to another daily video log, I guess we're calling it. I don't know. Today kind of sucked. Today was sort of a lot of the worst parts of being full-time in a van. So first of all, it was day 4 of cold and rain. And being stuck in a van when it's raining and in the 40s, it just gets old, y'all. And 4 days, I'm done. Tomorrow's supposed to warm up. It's supposed to be less, not supposed to rain. But anyway, it's just been nasty. It's just a pain. The whole point is to live outside and travel in the van, but we couldn't leave. So, I'm spending another night at the Walmart in Fort Stockton, Texas. Now, I gotta tell you, this Walmart is insane. It is an RV park. Last night, I counted at least 20 RVs in this parking lot. And this is not a big Walmart parking lot, y'all. Not at all. Tonight, not quite as many, but there are some interesting rigs. I tried to do a little stealth filming as I walked around the parking lot, including a Pleasureway Class B towing an Airstream. Seriously. It is. It is like if there was an RV park next to the, cantina in Star Wars, this would be it. It is just interesting. Anyway, so I knew I was probably going to stay here because the weather further north was crappy. Figured I was going to stay here another day because here's the thing. I needed to work. I had stuff to do. When you find a place that works, sometimes the best thing to do is just stay put, right? So I had internet. I had phone. I had, easy parking that I feel is safe. By all accounts. I mean, it's a little noisy because cars drive through, but there's plenty of people around. If I scream, someone's definitely going to hear it. Now, whether they care or not, who knows? But they're going to hear it. Anyway, so I woke up today and I was like, I'm just going to go leisure, right? I'm just going to go leisurely. Got up, did some work, went and did some little Walmart shopping. And I was like, all right, there is no grass around here. This is West Texas, y'all. So I needed to find a park for Whiskey Dog because he just, he needed a decent place to do business and, run around a little bit because I'm not kidding. He has not been out of this van except to, do business in 4 days. He's dying. I'm dying. He's dying. Anyway, so we go to, I start the van and the stereo won't come on. My Alpine Halo head unit won't come on. Won't turn on at all. Just black screen. That's weird. So I try to check the fuses. Of course, none of them are labeled. I'm like, okay, I can't even deal with this right now. It's just the stereo. Just move along. And then I notice that the odometer is blinking. So it's a digital display and the mileage is just blinking. I'm like, okay, this isn't right. So, of course, I consult the interwebs, and they're like, well, there's some things you can try, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, well, I know I'm staying in Fort Stockton again tonight. I know I need to do 3 things, which is take the dog to a park of some kind, even in the rain, for a minute, which I did. I need to get propane, because last night I told you I was down to a quarter of a tank on the gauge. I ran this thing at 70 degrees. All night long. And, until noon the next day. 70 degrees. It got down into the 30s last night. And it still said I had a quarter of a tank. But I was like, all right, it's going to get even colder tonight. I'm going to do some more boondocking for the next 2 or 3 nights. Maybe even more. I don't know. Anyway, so let's just go fill up propane. So I did. All of 3 gallons. And then I needed to charge up the batteries, which meant driving. I-10 is 80 miles an hour. So I went and charged up the batteries. I got up to 90%. Anyway, then I discovered there was a Ram dealership right across the street from the Walmart. So I went in there to see if they could figure out my electrical problem. And they are not a business link service center. So they told me that they could work on it, but I had to pay for it out of pocket. It wouldn't be warranty paid for. So I called Ram ProMaster customer service, and they thought that was odd as well. Anyway, but I'm actually glad I ended up paying $100 for them to diagnose the problem. I'm glad I did it because Ram ProMaster customer service, fantastic, are going to reimburse me that $100. It's going to take a bit. It's going to take, 60 days or whatever, but I'll get my money back eventually. And the part that they said, they tried resetting the system, that didn't work. The part that they said needs to be replaced, nobody has in stock. It's like this electronic module and it's expensive and nobody has it in stock. So these guys here in Fort Stockton were like, well, you know, we can get it and you can pay for it, but it's going to take 3 to 5 days. I am not staying here in the crazy Walmart parking lot for another 3 to 5 days. So Ram customer service found along my route a business link dealer who was nice enough to take what this dealership said as correct and order the part for me. And so I will get that installed either tomorrow or Monday. So Friday or Monday, which sucks, which delays me, which keeps me in one spot longer than I want to be, but it is what it is. And no, the stereo not working is not the end of the world, but that means I don't have easily viewable GPS. I don't have, you know, where I can see my tire pressures and my gauges. I have no stereo. And that stupid blinking odometer. So I just would like this fixed now. So anyway, that's what's going on. It's been a long day. And then Whiskey bonked his face. He just, I don't know. I was petting him and all of a sudden I could see blood on his little eyebrow. And I was like, what the what? So I had to clean that up. So it's just been a day. So this is a day in the life of a full-timer, right? You gotta do your resources. You gotta have electricity. You gotta get your propane. You gotta take care of your animals. You got your dog and he has to go out, and even in the rain and the weather sucks. And then something goes wrong with the van and you gotta deal with that. So I'm not kidding. I'm pretty freaking tired. I mean, I'm not like, oh, van life sucks, but I'm pretty freaking tired today. Today has just been a beatdown. And those days are gonna happen on the road. It is not all fun and exploring and life is great. There's gonna be some days that are a beatdown where you're just doing crap because it needs to be done, just like at home. So anyway, that's my day today. I'll keep you posted what happens with the electrical system on Lucille. Tomorrow we start moving again. Weather's gonna get better. Life's gonna get better. We'll get out of this van for some kind of walk around something. And, yeah. That's the day. Alright. So we are about to leave the Walmart parking lot. We've been in the Fort Stockton Walmart parking lot for 2 nights. That is more than a sufficient amount of time in a Walmart parking lot. Whiskey's ready to go. He's a little chilly. I just turned the van on. He'll be alright. You're fine. But as you can see, a little boo-boo on his face has gotten better. But I wanted to show you what's going on. So I have obviously had to rig up my phone up here because, yeah, the Alpine Halo, she is dead. She is dead. And the odometer is blinking. So these are the things that have got to get fixed by the Ram people, hopefully.